Today, we're counting down 5 standout places across Greater Seattle, from the city's suburbs to nearby island communities, where ferry access shapes life around Puget Sound. And the top spot might not be the one many people expect. Ferry access around Seattle is more than just transportation. It is part of the region's geography, rhythm, and identity. For this countdown, we're looking at places where a ferry terminal, ferry route, or practical connection to the Seattle ferry network plays a major role in how the area connects to the rest of Puget Sound. Number 5 is Edmonds. Set in the southwest corner of Snohomish County, Edmonds faces Puget Sound with the Olympic Mountains off to the west, giving the ferry setting a very clear northwest backdrop. The Edmonds ferry connection sits roughly a third of a mile away, which puts the terminal close to the city's waterfront core rather than feeling separated from it. Walk score gives Edmonds a 91 in 2026, and that matters here because ferry access is strongest when the surrounding streets, shops, and waterfront are easy to navigate on foot. Edmonds earns its place because the ferry feels woven into the town's daily landscape. Number 4 is Bremerton. This Kitsap County city is one of the major ferry-connected places across the water from Seattle, and it is also the largest city on the Kitsap Peninsula, with 43,505 residents at the 2020 census, and an estimated 44,122 in 2021. Ferry access via Bremerton is just a couple tenths of a mile away, so the terminal is right in the center of the action, rather than sitting far outside town. Walk score gives Bremerton an 80 in 2026, reinforcing how much the ferry terminal connects with the surrounding streets. For anyone studying Puget Sound movement, Bremerton is one of the classic examples of a city whose connection to Seattle is strongly shaped by the water. Number 3 is Vashon Island. Vashon is a census-designated place in King County, and the island is also referred to as Vashon Maury Island, the largest island in Puget Sound south of Admiralty Inlet. Ferry access is central to understanding Vashon because unlike bridge-connected places, the island's movement to and from the mainland is defined by the ferry system. From the island's central area, ferry access is a little over 6 miles away, so the connection is not always right outside the door, but it remains essential to the island's overall transportation pattern. Vashon ranks high because ferry service is not just a convenience here. It is one of the core ways the island relates to Greater Seattle. Number 2 is Mercer Island. This one is a twist, because Mercer Island is located in the southern portion of Lake Washington, not out in Puget Sound, and it is connected to the mainland by bridges carrying Interstate 90 and Link Light Rail. Still, for Greater Seattle ferry access, Mercer Island benefits from its relationship to Seattle itself, with ferry access via Seattle about 5.5 miles away. That means the area is not ferry-served in the same direct way as Edmonds or Bremerton, but it sits within a regional network where crossing water is part of everyday geography. Mercer Island makes the countdown because it shows a different kind of access, bridge and rail connections linking an island city to Seattle's ferry gateway. And number 1 is Bainbridge Island. Located in Puget Sound in Kitsap County, Bainbridge is one of the region's defining ferry-linked island communities, and ferry access via Bainbridge Island is just a little over 2 miles away. What makes Bainbridge stand out is how directly its identity connects to the ferry experience. The water crossing is not a side note, it is a major part of the connection between the island and Seattle. Even without leaning on extra numbers, the geography says a lot. An island in Puget Sound with a ferry link that ties it into the broader metro area. That is why Bainbridge takes the top spot, and it is also why the ending of this countdown feels a little unexpected. The strongest Seattle area ferry access story is not in Seattle proper, but across the water. So, to recap, number 5 is Edmonds, with its Puget Sound waterfront and ferry terminal close to the city core. Number 4 is Bremerton, a major Kitsap Peninsula city with a ferry connection right near the center. Number 3 is Vashon Island, where ferry service is a defining part of island movement. Number 2 is Mercer Island, a Lake Washington Island city with practical access to Seattle's ferry network. And number 1 is Bainbridge Island, where the Puget Sound ferry connection is central to the area's relationship with Greater Seattle. What did we miss? Which neighborhood, suburb, island, or ferry-connected spot would have made your top 5? If you would have ranked one of these higher, or if there's a terminal area you think deserves more attention, drop your pick in the comments. If you enjoyed this Seattle area countdown, tap the like button and subscribe for more neighborhood deep dives around the region. And tell us what you want next. Waterfront towns, walkable downtowns, light rail access, or a closer look at one specific Seattle neighborhood.